Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening for our City Council meeting. We'll go ahead and get started. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Here.
Gray.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Johnston.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Ford.
Here.
Black.
Here. Thank you. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which, if you would remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by Lieutenant Tammy Moore from the Salvation Army.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to share with you, on May 9th, 1912, founder of the Salvation Army, William Booth, gave his final yet most inspiring speech to over 7,000 people at the Royal Albert Hall in London, England. He said, "While women weep, as they do now, I'll fight. While little children go hungry, as they do now, I'll fight. While men go to prison, in and out, as they do now, I'll fight. While there is a drunkard left, while there is a poor lost girl upon the streets, while there remains one dark soul without the light of God, I'll fight. I'll fight to the very end." So with that, let's pray. God, I pray for the leadership in this room, for the City Council, and I ask for your anointing upon them, that they will be wise as serpents and innocent as doves, with hearts of warriors to continue the fight in this broken and divided world, to make our community and our state and our nation a better place. Thank you, God, that you are faithful. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll move on to agenda item number 3 is a consent agenda. The following business items may be approved by one motion and a vote. If any one member of the council so desires, any matter listed may be moved to a separate agenda item. A, minutes. Council may wish to waive the oral reading of the minutes and approve the minutes from the clarification meeting and regular council meeting of August 3, 2017, executive session of August 7, 2017, study session of August 10, 2017, Frisco Top Hay tour of August 11, 2017, council studies session clarification working lunch meeting of August 17, 2017. B, payroll and material claims. Council may wish to consider the payroll and material claims for the month of August 2017. Good evening, Joyce.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Joyce Stroshine, Chief Financial Officer for the city. Tonight I'm presenting the payroll and material claims report for the month of August. Payroll and material claims totaled $8,530,470. We had payroll-related claims of $3,548,962. We had 760 employees at the end of the month. We had changes in filled positions of a decrease of 2 in the full-time status, a decrease of 11 in the part-time status, and a decrease of 5 in the seasonal part-time status, for an overall decrease of 18. Vendor claims totaled $4,981,508. Vendor claims 10,000 or more presented for your review, and I've highlighted the highest 5 vendor claims. Zions Bank, $1,283,453. This is for the 2012 D bond series payment, principal and interest for the water pollution control plant. Zions Bank, $1,110,796. The 2015 A bond series payment, principal and interest for water pollution control plant. Valley Slurry Seal, $466,055. Street and sanitation for the micro seal. Creative bus sales, $215,020. Transit for Starcraft bus, 3 buses. Wells Fargo purchase card program, $265,333. This is for the August P-card cycle. This report explains 92.62% of all vendor claims for the month. On the back of the report, I present to you the August purchase card activity. We had 1,286 transactions totaling $265,333, and we had 147 cardholders use their card. 5 purchase agents had monthly totals greater than $10,000, and the types of expenditures are listed for your review. This concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions, Joyce?
What's our expenditure for the micro seal that's going on right now?
The project?
The project.
Individually, I don't have that
A
individual.
total
Tom probably can give us a little bit better clue.
I mean, it's a massive project. I've had people ask.
Mayor, Council, Tom Kirkman, Street Superintendent. So we have completed the micro-sealing program, so that's the total cost that we're spending on that right now.
Okay.
It works out to roughly $2.50 per square foot, or per square yard, and we've done about 13 miles. So it was pretty extensive, pretty robust plan this year, so
I compliment you on all that you've been able to do.
thank you.
Any other questions, Council? Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you.
C, Housing Authority of Pocatello appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Amy Rhodes to serve as a member of the Housing Authority of Pocatello, replacing Bobby Branch, whose term expired. Ms. Rhodes' term will begin September 7, 2017, and will expire September 7, 2022. D, ratification of MOU 2017 Department of Justice Burn Grant. Council may wish to ratify a memorandum of understanding between the Police Department and Bannock County Sheriff's Office regarding the 2017 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant. This is an annual allocation which Bannock County will administer. The Police Department has been allocated $19,686.60, which will be used to replace old, outdated equipment on patrol vehicles. E, ratification school crossing guard contract renewal, G4S Secure Solutions Incorporated. Council may wish to ratify the renewal of a contract with G4S Secure Solutions Incorporated, subject to legal department review, for school crossing guard services. The contract term is from August 28, 2017 to June 10, 2019.
Are they actually city employees?
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Independent contractors.
Independent contractors?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
F, Council Decision Tuscany View 2 Estates Final Short Plat Approval. Council may wish to adopt its decision approving the final short plat for the Tuscany View 2 Estates subdivision, a replat of Lot 22, Block 1 of the Tuscany Hills subdivision, 2nd edition, which subdivides approximately 2.0 acres of land into 2 residential lots subject to conditions. The property is located north of Vesta Drive, south of Sienna Drive, and is zoned residential medium-density single-family RMS, and will have a shared access plan between Sienna Drive and on the north and Vesta Drive on the south. Councilman Bray?
Mayor, I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Bray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 4 is communication and proclamations. We have 3 proclamations, but before we go to the proclamation, it looks like we have some Civil Air Patrol cadets here. Is there somebody over there, one of the cadets, that could stand up and introduce them?
Somebody with rank.
Way to jump up there, young man.
We are the Blackwood Pocatello Civil Air Patrol Squad.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. How many leaders have you got with you?
Seven, sir.
7? Fantastic. Thank you for being here and for the time you spend in our community. It's great to have you in our community. Thank you. With that, we'll move on to some proclamations. We have 3 different proclamations. The first proclamation will be Recovery Month, will be read by Councilmember Michael Orr. The second proclamation will be Kind Community Week, will be read by Councilmember Heidi Adamson. And the third proclamation will be Assistance Dog Month. Councilmember Roger Bray will read that.
Whereas substance use and mental health problems affect all communities nationwide, according to the 2015 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, an estimated 27.1 million Americans are current illicit drug users. Nearly 20.3%, or 7.7 million young people report drinking alcohol in the past month, and 1 in 5 Americans aged 12 or older smoke cigarettes. Additionally, in 2015, 12.5 million Americans misused pain relievers, and for more than half of them, the last pain reliever they misused came from a friend or relative. And behavioral health is an essential part of health and one's overall wellness, and whereas prevention of mental and substance use disorders work, treatment is effective, and people recover in our area and around the nation. And preventing and overcoming mental and substance use disorders is essential to achieving healthy lifestyles, both physically and emotionally. And we must encourage relatives and friends of people with mental and substance use disorders to implement preventive measures, recognize the signs of a problem, and guide those in need to appropriate treatment and recovery support services. And whereas, to help more people achieve and sustain long-term recovery, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, and the Recovery Fest invite all residents of the Pocatello area to participate in National Recovery Month activities at Old Town Pavilion in Pocatello, Idaho on September 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. Now, whereas I, Brian C. Blatt, Mayor of the City of Pocatello, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2017 as National Recovery Month.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. If you'd like to say a few words, it would be great.
Okay. Well, Mayor and Council, thank you for signing this proclamation. We are excited about celebrating Recovery Month, and we have a lot of community support, and we're going to be celebrating that, obviously, on the 15th from 5 to 8, so we invite everybody to come. We should have some music, a lot of resources, and hopefully a great attendance. So thank you.
Thank you.
Whereas bullying, negativity, intolerance, and hate can happen to children and adults alike at any time, whether it's at school, work, online, or in the community. And whereas these issues threaten the physical and emotional safety of the citizens in our cities and in our country. And various committees, groups, and individuals have come together to instead create positive, empowering experiences for our youth and adults by teaching and promoting kindness as a way of life. And whereas kindness, the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate, can go a long way toward making our schools, neighborhoods, communities, and our world better places. And whereas we all have a choice every day to show kindness to others, both in our thoughts and our actions, to teach the value of being kind-hearted, to be role models of kindness, and to stand up and say kindness matters in Pocatello, Chubbuck, and Bannock County. Therefore, we do hereby proclaim September 18th through 24th to be Kind Community Week in Pocatello, Chubbuck, and Bannock County, and urge our citizens to be more than bystanders when it comes to kindness. Make the choice every day to be kind and integrate kindness into your daily lives.
Thank you. I don't typically say something, but I have to say something about these ladies. They work year-round for this one week. This is going to be an incredible week, and so I would encourage everybody in the community to make sure you go and be a part of this event, because they put a lot of work into it. It's incredible, so thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Myrtle. I'm Courtney Fisher.
Rainbow Maldonado.
Rose Gallegos. We're here on behalf of Kind Community to thank you very much for including this proclamation. This is the third year that we've been able to include this proclamation. Also, I wasn't here when the street closure permit got approved, so I want to thank you very much for approving that and invite you all to the wonderful celebration that we're going to have on September 18th in Old Town Pocatello. We are thrilled to partner with Old Town Pocatello for this community-wide celebration of kindness. And give Old Town Pocatello a love. It's a place that's near and dear to all of our hearts. That event will be from 5 to 9 p.m. on Monday, September 18th. And we also wanted to acknowledge tonight that we will be gifting a friendship bench to the city of Pocatello, and that will happen on, I believe, Thursday, the 21st, and we'll be here before your working lunch around 12:30 to dedicate that bench to you guys, and thank you for your support. Kind Community has grown leaps and bounds over the last 2 years that we've been working on this, and it wouldn't have been possible without the support we've received from Mayor Blad. Councilmember Heidi Adamson has been coming to our meetings. Jim Johnson has been a huge supporter of ours, and we just appreciate the advocacy on our behalf as we work to make really positive change in the community. Thank you.
Proclamation. Whereas assistance dogs transform the lives of their human partners who have disabilities, serve as devoted companions, helpers, aides, best friends, and close family members. And whereas assistance dogs include service dogs, guide dogs, hearing alert dogs, psychiatric service dogs, and alert seizure response dogs. And whereas service dogs assist people with disabilities with walking, balance, dressing, transferring from place to place, retrieving and carrying items, medication reminders, opening doors and drawers, pushing buttons, room searches, pulling wheelchairs, safety check, and aiding with household chores such as putting in and removing clothes from the washer and dryer. And whereas hearing alert dogs alert people who are deaf or hard of hearing to the presence of specific sounds such as doorbells, telephones, crying babies, sirens, another person, buzzing timers or sensors, knocks at the door, as well as smoke, fire, and clock alarms. And whereas recognition of assistance dogs raises awareness of the selfless way all types of assistant dogs and aid individuals with disabilities to live independently in their community, enjoying family and friends, community activities, recreation, and employment. Now therefore, Brian C. Blad, Mayor of City of Pocatello, proclaims the month of September 2017 as Assistance Dog Month in Pocatello. And he urges the citizens of Pocatello to become educated on the importance of assistance dogs and their significance in our community. Signed, Brian C. Blad, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mayor Blad, and members of the council. Dr. Mike Riley here with Marshall. This is going to be a great opportunity to get raise a little bit more awareness as to how important these dogs are. The proclamation really lays out the different things that they're able to do, and they're really a right hand, another right hand, if you will, in terms of their ability to help us in daily life. And sometimes the younger ones don't pay attention when they should. However, so I think it's going to be a great opportunity just to be aware of their workspace and how important that is, and to help the dogs keep focused. And we're doing a lot of good things in Pocatello in terms of citizens being respectful of the dog's workspace and not interfering with them, not petting them. You know, we have some things that we need to work on, like, you know, when bicyclists pass us, they should pass us on the side that the dog is not on. Or if you go to a movie theater, you can always ask, is there a service dog in the theater? If you show up late and the theater's dark, you can say, is there a service dog in the theater? I want to make sure I don't step on them, things like that. You know, if you see something, an object on a city sidewalk that might injure their feet, you could pick it up and throw it away. I mean, very simple things to just kind of become more sensitized to their work environment. So this is going to be a great opportunity for our city to just become more aware as time goes on, and I'm hoping that we'll proclaim September each year as Service Dog Awareness Month.
because I think it's a great thing. I'm a little biased, but I hope that people appreciate how valuable they are. And I have a great deal of independence as an individual with just having a dog. I don't have any personal aids or anything out like that. I have a four-legged aid, if you will, but he's invaluable to my independence and mobility. So I appreciate you proclaiming the month of September as Assistance Dog Awareness Month. Thank you.
Thank you. Marshall stood up like he had accomplished something there. We will move on to agenda item number 5 is a calendar review. Council may wish to take this opportunity to inform other council members of upcoming meetings and events that should be called to their attention. On September 14 at 9 a.m. we will have a study session immediately followed by an executive session. September 21 at 1 p.m. working lunch study session clarification. September 21 at 6 p.m. regular council meeting. On September 8th, last day to file for candidacy, City Council seats 4, 5, and 6, and the mayor's seat will be received before 5 p.m. Must be received before 5 p.m. The September 9 Splash Dance for Dogs event at Ross Park Aquatic Complex. September 9 is also the Simplot Fun Run. Contact the Community Recreation Center for more information. September 19, New City Flag event at 5:15 p.m. at City Hall. A reminder, Zoo Idaho will be open on weekends only, September 9 through October 29. School has started, so please remember to slow down in school hours. We will move on to agenda item number 6. Final plat, Valley D Abory subdivision, B-Bad Investments, LLC, represented by Rocky Mountain Engineering and Surveying, has submitted a request to subdivide approximately 20.38 acres into 28 residential lots. The subdivision, Valley D Abory, how do you say that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Don't drag us into this, man.
Previously known as La Valley Heights, is located northeast of La Matagna Strata, an extension of La Vela Strata. The Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed the preliminary plat at their meeting on July 13, 2016, and recommended approval with conditions. That was tough to get through because of that name. I'm going to have to talk to B-Bad about that.
That's what it's called, B-Bad.
That's right.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move to approve with conditions.
Second.
We have a motion by Moore and a second by Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Moore?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Adamson?
Yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Orr?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 7, collective bargaining agreement, Pocatello Police Union. Council may wish to approve adoption of the fiscal year 2017-2018 collective bargaining agreement for the Portland Valley Fraternal Order of Police, Local Lodge number 13.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Orr.
I move we approve the agreement with the police department.
Second.
We have a motion by Orr and a second by Moore. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Orr?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Adamson?
Yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 8, Code of Conduct Policy Resolution, HUD Program Administration. Council may wish to adopt a resolution approving a proposed Code of Conduct Policy regarding conflicts of interest and actions of employee engaged in the section Award and Administration of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. Contracts as a recipient of HUD funds, Pocatello is required to maintain a written code of conduct policy.
Mayor, I move we approve this code of conduct.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Johnston and a second by Bray. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 9, lease agreement airport. Council may wish to consider the following lease agreements for property located at the airport subject to legal department review. A, SkyWest Airlines, approximately 3,181 square feet of office space for the purpose of operating an airline. The recommended term is 2 years, and the recommended rental rate is $2,769 per month, plus landing fees. And B, Civil Air Patrol, approximately 2,000 feet of building space to be used for office storage, and training facilities. Recommended term is for 4 years with 6 one-year renewal periods, and the recommended rental rate is $1 per year. The lease will stipulate that all repairs, maintenance, and utilities will be the responsibility of the Civil Air Patrol.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to ask a question of the Civil Air Patrol, please.
I can address this.
Colonel George Bashir, I'm the wing commander for the state of Idaho.
Would you please describe for our television audience what the Civil Air Patrol does?
Well, having just washed clothes from getting back from Texas, in general, we're an all-civilian, all-volunteer auxiliary of the United States Air Force. We have approximately 65,000 members throughout the United States. A majority of those, as you can see here, are young cadets, ages 12 through 21. And we're tasked by Congress to do 90% of all inland search and rescue. So any of the aircraft that go down in the state of Idaho that falls under anything in Idaho considers Division of Aeronautics in other states are tasked immediately to Civil Air Patrol. So we have a working relationship with the Division of Aeronautics to take their search and rescue calls. Right now, the majority of our planes are even actually in maintenance in Pocatello because the amount of hours that we flew during the eclipse, just under 100 hours on 9 aircraft flying missions for Homeland Security. This week alone, we're credited with at least, I think, 2 saves and 3 finds. So 3 finding of aircrafts and 3 lives saved, roughly. We're still waiting for the numbers from the Air Force on that. A big focus is STEM, science, technology, engineering, math for our youth. And that is a big push for us here in Idaho. We are very, very strong on teaching science and math and engineering, whether it's drone flying, building models, aircraft, flying, actually taking the cadets out. They get 5 powered flights and 5 glider flights when they join up with our organization. So basically hitting those 3 missions. Right now, we have 2 days into the flooding in Texas, we had already taken airborne photography. We'd taken 8,000 photographs in 2 days at some serious devastation and flooding. Our people are on the ground doing rescues, not just for civilians and people, but helping law enforcement and the community through the rescues, the boat rescues, but also with animals, a lot of misplaced animals. So, long answer for you there,
thank
sir.
you very much.
I want to make sure you understand the value that you get for your dollar.
So what will this facility accomplish?
This particular facility, Idaho has 9 squadrons, and one of those squadrons unit is actually in Pocatello and has been there for a long time. We've had kind of a permanent residence out there since the 40s, since it was an Army Air Corps base, training cadets. This year we hit our 75th anniversary for cadet program in Civil Air Patrol. For Pocatello, what that means is the majority, if not all of these members that are here, and some that could not attend because of band and other things for school, they'll have a permanent training area, a place that they can do aerospace, they can do drill, physical fitness, and it'll also be a coordination and incident command center for any missions, search and rescue missions that we have to run out of Pocatello. Being in close proximity to the hangar and the airfield, having a controlled tower for us is important. And for us that live in Pocatello, we're just really proud to be here and to be part of the community.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Or?
I would move that we approve the lease agreements, A, SkyWest Airlines, and B, Civil Air Patrol, subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Orr and a second by Councilmember Adamson. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Orr,
Yes.
Adamson,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 10, vending machines concessions agreement parks. Council may wish to consider approving a concessions license agreement with Scott Kimball, DBA Aces Up, for operation of vending machines in Raymond and Alameda Parks for the period of October 1, 2017 through September 30, 2018, as presented at the July 13, 2017 study session.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move to approve the agreement.
Second.
A motion by Moore and a second by Brown.
Is Mr. Kimball here?
I am not seeing him.
Okay. I just would like to know what kind of vandalism he would anticipate.
John, have you had any discussions with him on that?
Mayor and members of the council, John Banks, Parks and Recreation Director. Mr. Kimball is actually, it just happened to be on his anniversary vacation with his wife, and he's in Maui. So
there is no excuse.
I could have called later.
That is no excuse.
He has had vending machines actually at an acquaintance of his personal residence adjacent to Raymond Park and hasn't experienced any vandalism whatsoever. We don't anticipate any, although the contract stipulates that if it were to occur, he is completely responsible for that. The city has no liability whatsoever.
And also, if I may, the contract states that it should be caged. I mean,
yes.
To help that they're addressing the vandalism aspect, the potential by having them cages. You would say at the rest areas on I-15, you know how they have the Coke machine. That's kind of the framework we're dealing with.
That's correct. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, Connie, we had a motion by Moore and a second by Brown. Would you please call the roll?
Moore.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 11, agreement contract employee insurance benefits. Council may wish to approve, subject to legal department review, the following agreements, contracts for city employee insurance benefits during fiscal year 2018. A, Aetna medical insurance, 12% increase. B, Delta dental insurance, 0% increase. C, VSP vision insurance, 6% increase. No impact to the city budget as this is paid by the employee. D, WageWorks flex spending account, $25 monthly fee and $4 PEPM fee. E, LifeMap life insurance, $2.23 PEPM plus 33 cents PEPM fee, 0% increase. And F, Business Psychology Associates BPA, $2.27 PEPM. All costs for insurance contracts have been itemized in fiscal year 2018 budget. Councilman Bray?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the agreement contracts for employee insurance benefits subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 12, bid contract North Pocatello Test Wells Project. Council may wish to consider the recommendations of staff for the following request regarding the construction of two 8-inch diameter test wells for the North Pocatello Test Wells Project. A, accept the only responsive bid received for the project from High Plains Drilling in the amount of $126,970 for two test wells with an additive bid of $65,560 for a third test well for a total of $192,530. And B, authorize the execution of the contract between the City of Pocatello and High Plains Drilling in the amount of $126,970 and additive $65,560 for the test wells projects subject to legal department review. Funds for the project are available in the Water Department's fiscal year 2018 budget.
Mayor, I move that we approve items A and B.
Second.
We have a motion by Adamson and a second by Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 13, declaration of surplus property and donation SCBA equipment. Council may wish to declare old self-contained breathing apparatus SCBA as surplus and donated the equipment to Aramo and Ingham volunteer fire departments. Both departments have agreed to accept the apparatus in as-is condition and will assume any liability for problems experienced with the SCBA equipment.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the declaration.
Second.
We have a motion by Moore and a second by Orr. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll move to agenda item 14, sole source expenditure and declaration for hazardous material and identification system, fire department. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and declare the purchase of handheld hazmat explosive and narcotic identification device from Federal Resources Supply Company to be a valid sole source expenditure. The purchase for the Colbit Light System hazardous chemical package in the amount of $62,150 for the fire department. Council may also wish to authorize the mayor to sign any contractual documents related to the purchase subject to legal department review. Funding for this request is available in the fire department fiscal year 2017 budget. Councilman Bray?
Mayor, I move that we approve this sole source expenditure for hazardous materials identification system, that we accept the recommendation of staff, and that we declare the purchase legit, and that we also authorize you to sign, and that all documents related to the purchase need to be subject to legal department review.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston.
I have one question for our city attorney.
One question for our city attorney by Council President Brown.
Yes, sir.
Is legit an actual legal term?
I would say yes. Yes. I'm going to say yes.
I want to see him use that in court next time he's in court. Your Honor, it's legit.
Amen.
That makes me think of a song, but I'm not going to sing it.
It's not legit here.
Any other questions, Council President?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 15, College of Southern Idaho Educational Affiliation Agreement, FIRE. Council may wish to approve, subject to legal department review, an educational affiliation agreement with College of Southern Idaho, CSI, as recommended by FIRE staff. This agreement will enable CSI paramedic students to participate in clinical experience and is also necessary in order for Pocatello Fire Department students to complete their ambulance internships. The agreement establishes the expectation and requirements of all parties, and there will be no cost to the city.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move to approve the agreement.
Second.
We have a motion by Moore and a second by Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Moore.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 16, Local Road Construction Cooperative Agreement, Olympus Drive North Grade Interchange Project. Council may wish to authorize the mayor's signature, subject to legal department review, on a local road construction cooperative agreement among the City of Pocatello, Bannock County, Pocatello Development Authority, and Millennial Development Partners for the construction of a local road from Olympus Drive to North Gate Interchange. The city's portion of the project is both financial and in kind. A total of $500,000 has been committed to the road construction.
Mr. Mayor.
Council President.
Move that we approve this cooperative agreement subject to legal department review and authorize you to sign it.
Second.
We have a motion by President Brown and a second by Councilwoman Adamson. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 17, state and local agreement and resolution, construction of Alameda and Jefferson intersection projects. Council may wish to adopt a resolution and authorize execution of an agreement between Idaho Transportation Department and the City of Pocatello for construction of the Alameda and Jefferson intersection project, subject to legal department review. There is a 7.34% local match for this project. Currently, to date, the match monies have been paid, therefore, no additional funds are required pertaining to this agreement.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve this resolution subject to any legal requirements and your signature.
And the agreement as well, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Johnston and a second by Moore. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 18, local professional services agreement, engineer of record, Benton Street Bridge project engineering. Council may wish to authorize execution of an agreement between CH2M Hill and the City of Pocatello for engineering services during construction of the Benton Street Bridge rehabilitation project, subject to legal department review, in an amount not to exceed $33,000. Payments will be made by Local Highway Technical Assistance Council, LHTAC. The city's share has already been met per the state and local agreement that was approved by council on April 20, 2017. No additional funding is required at this time.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Orr?
I would move that we approve the professional service agreement with the engineering firm of record and authorize the mayor's signature on legal review.
Second.
We have a motion by Orr and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Orr.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll move to agenda item 19, local professional services agreement, construction engineering and inspection for Benton Street Bridge project engineering. Council may wish to authorize execution of an agreement between Stanley Consultants Incorporated and the City of Pocatello during construction of the Benton Street Bridge rehabilitation project in the amount of $534,500, subject to legal department review. Payments will be made by Local Highway Technical Assistance Council, LHTAC. The city's share cost has already been paid per the state and local agreement that was approved by council on April 20, 2017. No additional funding is required at this time. Councilman Bray?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we authorize execution of agreement with Stanley Consultants Incorporated in the City of Pocatello, subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Bray and a second by Orr. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 20, an ordinance rezoning approximately 9.889 acres of property located at 4259 Hawthorne Road from residential medium-density single-family RMS to residential commercial professional RCP. Public hearings on this matter were held on June 28, 2017 and August 3, 2017. Council, how do you wish the ordinance to be read? Councilman Bray?
Mr. Mayor, I move that ordinance agenda item number 20 be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Rich, could you please read the ordinance?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, a municipal corporation of Idaho, changing the designation of 9.889 acres of property located at 4259 Hawthorne Road, Pocatello, Idaho, from residential medium-density single-family (RMS) to residential commercial professional (RCP), more particularly described as follows. Part of the southeast one quarter of Section 9, Township 6 South, Range 34 east of the Boise Meridian, Bannock County, Idaho, more particularly described as commencing at the southeast corner of Section 9, from which the east one quarter of said section bears north 00 degrees 15 minutes 48 seconds, west 2,760.24 feet, the basis of bearing for this description. Thence, north 00 degrees 15 minutes 48 seconds, west 1,660.58 feet along the east line of said section. Thence, south 89 degrees 54 minutes 24 seconds, west 25 feet to the west right-of-way of Hawthorne Road, said point being the point of beginning. Then south 89 degrees 54 minutes 24 seconds, west 264 feet along the north line of the affidavit instrument number 902001552 to the northwest corner thereof, said point also being the northeast corner of Ward Park Subdivision, First Edition, instrument number 206286663. Thence, south 89 degrees 54 minutes 24 seconds, west 1,027.59 feet along the north boundary of said Ward Park Subdivision, First Edition, to the northwest corner thereof, said point being the east 1/16th line of said section. Thence, north 00 degrees 22 minutes 12 seconds, west 331.97 feet along said east 1/16th line of the intersection of the said 1/16th line, an existing fence line extended, said fence bearing easterly. Thence, 89 degrees, 46 minutes, 36 seconds east, 1,292.20 feet along said fence line to its intersection with said west right-of-way. Thence, south, 00 degrees, 15 minutes, 48 seconds east, 334.9 feet along said right-of-way to the point of beginning, containing 430,765.6 square feet, or 9.889 acres, more or less. Provided that the official zoning map be amended and incorporate the rezoning, providing for the repeal of all ordinance in conflict herewith, and providing that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law. The rule requiring an ordinance be read on 3 separate occasions, having been dispensed with.
I wish you could read that again. I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Adamson?
Yes.
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Ford?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 21, discussion items. This time has been set aside to hear discussion items not listed on the agenda. Items which appear somewhere else on the agenda will not be discussed at this time. The council is not allowed to take any official action at this meeting on matters brought forward under this agenda item. Items will either be referred to the appropriate staff or scheduled on a subsequent agenda. You must sign in at the beginning of the meeting in order to be recognized. As a reminder, there is a total of 3 minutes per speaker and a total of 15 minutes for this discussion item. We'll go ahead and get started with Idaho Lorax.
I'm going to share with you about a new project. Well, it's not new, but modified, and some opportunities for our community. So first of all, the title is First Cup, which is Clean Up Pocatello First. Simple acronym, 4 things. A project to render our community, children, visitors, to be free of industrial deposited uranium material, cancer inhalant materials throughout our community for the future and our children's future. First cup to a kind and caring community. Let's show some kindness. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Okay? In the Idaho Panhandle region, almost $1 billion for cleanup of the very similar toxic heavy metal materials that cause lung disease has been granted to communities to date. Our job opportunities, high-tech jobs for cleanup in our community of these materials. Technicians, lots of things that benefit the university. Scientists, instrument operators, mineralogy and nuclear industry. Voluminous science research, medical monitoring, application opportunities, etc., etc. Blue-collar jobs, industrial machinery workers. Cleanup takes a lot of people and a lot of things to do for it, to do it right, instead of just brush it under the carpet. So, both heavy and industrial light equipment, road workers, roadway, which some of it we already employ, but we're not getting money from other sources, which we should. We're using our public tax dollar base instead. But anyways, but it's not being applied, of course, to people's driveways, their roadways where this materials are, or they are, and safety equipment, monitor operators, all union shop applications. And this whole community would be involved in cleanup and benefit from it. White collar, accountability. Somebody has to keep track of the monies in this community, right? That's one of our problems in any community, keep track of things. Accountability, protection, equipment acquisition, more Geiger counters for people for their use in the community. Our RIIDs, radioactive isotope identifiers, for more thorough use to our communities. Again, training, safety workshops, etc., etc. In fact, we'll be holding another workshop at the library to show people how to access information and safety for this effort here. And let me see, finally, I hate that, I shouldn't have even said that word. Voluminous, the labor and construction workers, both skilled, local, private contractors, and training for laborers.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. We'll move on to Nikki Taysom.
Nikki Taysom, 4963 Yellowstone. September 17th represents the anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and approval by Congress. And that is also the beginning of Constitutional Week. Alexander Hamilton stated in 1775, "The sacred rights of mankind are not to be rummaged for among old parchments or musty records. They are written as with a sunbeam in the whole volume of human nature, by the hand of divinity itself, and can never be erased or obscured by mortal power." The Declaration of Independence states, "When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth a separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles, and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness." The fourth article of the Constitution states, Section 4, "The United States shall guarantee to every state in this Union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence." Article 6 states, that the Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. Benjamin Franklin stated when asked, at the conclusion of the Constitutional Convention, "What have you wrought?" He answered, "A republic, if you can keep it." This is God's land of liberty and promise. The Constitution is the supreme law as He inspected and established it. Among our Christian pilgrims and founding fathers, He raised up for this very purpose. This is a holy land. It is becoming desecrated and under siege, and I stand as a witness of God at all times and in all things and in all places to be a voice in its preservation. especially for our future. We don't need more jails. We don't need more nonprofits. We don't need more social services. We need God, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Monroe Doctrine, and personal integrity. As a Christian, virtuous, free, and independent republic of we the people, by the voice of we the people, for the good of the whole, for eternal life and exaltation, ultimately, in the sacred and holy name of Jesus the Christ. I call on you to...
Thank you very much. We will move on to Jody Redding.
Mr. Mayor, council members. I'm here today. My water was disconnected at my residence, I live on 4670 Kim Drive. And I felt like it was in a very aggressive manner, and I wanted to bring it to the attention of you all. I'm up here for two reasons. One is for you guys to maybe consider taking a look at the policy, and two, to request damage reimbursement. I've already went through the process with Mr. Bybee in your department, your claims, Intermountain Claims, and I have a letter from them here as far as the denial of it. On April 20th, this is according to the letter here that you guys have put together, on April 20th the bill was sent to me. I received it on the 22nd of April. Payment due date was May 8th, and on May 17th my water was turned off. So it was from payment due date to the water physically being turned off was only 9 days. And as a result, where I live, there's not adequate city water pressure for my home to function. So I have a Gould lift pump that assists, so I have enough pressure. When the water was turned off, my pump ran dry until I came home that night, because it triggered the pressure switch, thinking, where's the water? It's time to run. I came home with smoke in my house, no smoke damage, but the pump sat there and ran until things were burning. And so it took me a few days. I was gone for a couple of days, and it took me a couple of days after that to figure out what was going on. I went through the process of getting a new pump from Ferguson's and getting everything installed, went to test the unit, and still no water. That's when I realized I got calling around that my water had been turned off, which shocked me because I wasn't even 30 days late, or, So I just feel like it's a really aggressive policy. By law, you guys were within it. It says that within 7 days you can turn off the water of due date. In between that 7 days, I got a phone call, a courtesy call from the city or whoever, do this, represent you guys. And the call was from 1-866-949-8462.
Jody, thank you very much.
Sorry. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely, you can, and then I want to visit with you afterwards too.
So when they shut your water off, they didn't leave anything on your door, a sticker, or they didn't leave any kind of communication that they'd shut your water off?
They did.
Okay.
They left a tag on the front door, and which I use my front door about 3 times a year.
Okay.
I go in through my garage, and I wasn't aware that the tag was there, but yeah, that was done, and so, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the council for the work today. It was a long day, and we appreciate your time you spent, and with that, we are adjourned.